Welcome to the Spooky Scary Show. We are two friends in two different states who discuss all things spooky, scary, and just downright strange. We read news stories every week. If you would like to suggest a topic or submit a paranormal story, email us at spookyscaryshow@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for spooky facts and updates.
Hello, Ghosties and Pinky. How are ya?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, I feel like the clouds have gone away for now, and life is looking pretty good.
Great. Until I give you a bunch of anxiety.
Oh my god. What's going on, Pinky? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, you are in Washington?
Mm-hmm.
With the coronas?
The coronas. Yeah, so we were just talking about the coronavirus and not panicking, just being prepared for situations. So.
Mm-hmm. The schools in Washington are being kind of like, or at least you would know more about the schools. Do you want to talk about like the schools closing?
There was a school in a couple schools, I think, in like up north towards Seattle in Kirkland, and I'm not sure about the others, but I know that it started in a nursing home, and a lot of people died because there were elderly people there, and they were just being proactive in the area with schools, so they closed down for a couple of weeks to disinfect everything, and yeah.
That's so sad. Nursing home.
Yeah.
My heart. Oh my god.
It is sad. Elderly people are pretty susceptible, and my boyfriend wasn't super concerned about it at first, and neither was I, really. But I started telling him some things about it, and like just the things that could happen, not necessarily the virus, but just like people freaking out and like ports closing and not being able to get things that you need. And now he's all freaked out about it too, and he's sending me stuff like, we're all gonna die.
I should be prepared. Doomsday is coming.
Well, like, if you try to go purchase MREs right now, you can't. They're backed out like 8 weeks.
What are MREs?
Like meal ready to eat, the little dehydrated foods that you just like put water in. Like emergency food rations.
Yeah, Winco has a ton of those.
Probably not right now. Everybody's out buying toilet paper and hand sanitizer, and all the disinfectants are gone. And
it's so crazy. Yeah, over here I'm like, well, I need to go grocery shopping like today. You know, I don't have a stockpile of water. So Pinky freaked me out. I have not been having really bad anxiety. Today, at least.
My bad.
And now I'm like, great. I'm gonna die.
Get some cold medicine.
What? It's fine. Bring it on, Corona. You know what? Fuck you. I'm ready.
Get some vitamins and some emergency and some cold medicine and cough drops. Cough suppressant and Mucinex would be good to have as well, because it's a respiratory virus, so.
You know what, homie? No, I was clearing the gunk.
Uh-oh.
I'm infected with the corona. You know what? It's fine. I accept this. I'm a millennial. I'm never gonna be able to buy a house. I'm never gonna get married. It's fine. Take me now.
I did not survive drinking Everclear as a teenager to get wiped out over a virus named after a beer. Nah, you ain't getting me.
Oh my god. I don't think ever, since I turned 21, that I've drank an Everclear in anything. I feel like that's only made for teenagers who are going through some fucking shit and they kind of want to die a little bit.
Well, it's really cheap, for one, and it gets a lot of people drunk. I've only ever had it in, like, jungle juice, and ugh. There was a desert party we went to where they had, like, fruit in it. Fruit had been soaking in it, and I didn't drink any of it, but I just ate the fruit, and I got all schwasty.
Yeah, I think you got sick, too, the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
I remember. It's like all, like, fruit chunks.
Oh, yeah, nasty.
That's how it gets ya.
I didn't even drink that much. Lord.
No joke, man. No, thank you. Alrighty, Pinky. So, what is our topic this episode?
So we're a little late this month, but this episode is Haunted Headlines. Our haunted headlines may be a little off in the future just because of the way that we're doing our episode rotation, but we're still gonna do it, okay? So this is...
Yeah, they're fun.
This is February's haunted headlines, so we try to pull stuff from February news.
Yeah, mine's kinda... not? Okay. I don't know.
So I try to pull stuff from February news, and Michaela just does whatever she wants, so...
That's right, because this is my show, not yours.
Anyway.
Just kidding, I'm feeling a little feisty.
I can
Go
tell.
for it, Pinky.
Phew. So speaking of the corona, my first story is armed men steal hundreds of rolls of toilet paper in Hong Kong as coronavirus fears spread. Now that I think about it, it kind of sounded funny, but it's actually really not funny, so excuse me for not being sensitive. I'm a terrible...
You're a dick, Pinky.
I'm a terrible person. We already know this.
Oh my god.
So, armed men allegedly took off with hundreds of rolls of toilet paper in Hong Kong as coronavirus fears have left the bathroom necessity in short supply. Toilet paper has become a hot commodity since the outbreak of the virus on mainland China. 3 knife-wielding robbers stole 50 packs of toilet paper rolls.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Police eventually caught them and recovered all of the toilet paper valued at $220. Which is a lot of toilet paper, because toilet paper's pretty cheap. Yeah, so they're pretty short on all kinds of stuff. And the rest is just, like, statistics about the virus, which I'm sure you all have heard. There's a lot of it in China.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was, like, made in China, so that's why everybody... I mean, that is a lot of toilet paper, and it's just, like... Okay, well, it says they're still looking for the third man, but hopefully they don't get in, like, too much trouble, because they just trying to function. You know?
Yeah, we out here trying to wipe our ass.
That's it, homie. You know, please, let me just, like, wipe my ass with something, alright?
Okay, here you go.
Alrighty. So, everybody's probably seen this, but I did want to touch on it. So... Simpsons fans convinced show predicted coronavirus, but others spot a problem. Personally, for me, I feel like people are just trying to make something that's not there, but anyways, The Simpsons has an eerily accurate habit of predicting the future. In 2000, the episode Bart to the Future referenced the presidency of Donald Trump 16 years before he took office, and its writers have also been credited with foreseeing many other events, including the horse meat scandal, the design of the Shard, and Disney purchasing 21st Century Fox. But Disney owns everything, so...
Yeah.
Excuse my coronavirus. And now fans think the show... Such a dick, I'm sorry. And now fans think the show predicted the outbreak of the coronavirus in just its 4th season during Marge in Chains, which was released back in 1993. During the episode, a worker in Japan is shown to say, "Please don't tell the supervisor I have the flu," before coughing into a box addressed to Homer. When it arrives in Springfield, a green swarm emerges from the delivery, and similar packages containing a, and I quote, juice loosener, are then opened by Principal Skinner and Patty and Selma before taking over the entire town. Still images of the episode have been shared on Twitter, leading to many saying the show creators had predicted coronavirus 27 years ago. One wrote, "Hope y'all know The Simpsons predicted coronavirus in 1993, episode 4. The original image has been edited and in fact reads Apocalypse Meow, which can still be seen behind the convincing job edits. The fictional virus in the episode was actually called the Osaka flu, originating in Japan, rather than the epicenter of the corona outbreak in Wuhan, China. Wuhan ain't nothing to fuck with. Again with the jokes.
Oh, too soon.
No, I'm sorry. I was also listening to our other episode, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, some of my jokes are really not funny. I'm sorry, guys.
This is not a PC podcast, sorry.
True, yeah. Please don't at me, okay? I'm very sensitive. So, it has not been missed by avid fans, as one responded to the viral tweets, writing, "I've been seeing this go around a lot, and sadly, even some who read this tweet will continue to pass it on." So the Simpsons coronavirus episode was eerily similar, but the image floating around was photoshopped.
Yeah, so. I did see that, and I did read about that. And the thing is coronaviruses are not new. Like, they've been around for a long time.
Yeah, because pets get them.
Yeah, I think, like, I was just looking at my dog's vaccination that he just got, and it's common. One of their viruses is a coronavirus. I forgot what it is. It's something that, like, people would know what it's called. But, yeah, and then, like, SARS that went around in, 2004 in China is a type of coronavirus, and MERS is a type of coronavirus. Also, things happening in, like, Japan and China are explainable, too, just because everybody lives literally on top of each other. And
on top, yeah.
And there are some meat markets that maybe aren't super sanitary, and that's where they think it originated, from people eating... Some people are saying from people eating bats, and you probably shouldn't eat bats because they carry a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
and people,
that's true. Well, I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go first.
People who eat, like, brains and, like, spinal connective tissue, that's kind of a risky behavior because lots of stuff is in brain and spinal cord, and yeah. Ew,
that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I was gonna say, I don't know if you saw this, but in Arizona by the river we have, there's wild horses, and there were like 2 counts or something of the horses actually getting a coronavirus as well, which is really sad because there's kind of a lot going on with the horses, the wild horses. Like, there's either people trying to fucking kill them, shoot them, and now they have, like, this own, like, little horsey virus going on. It's like, what the hell, man? So sad.
Yeah, I was reading about them talking about killing off part of the whole herd because there's just way too many, and it's sad.
That's so fucked up, dude. What the fuck? Humans, quit fucking with shit, okay? Quit touching it.
Well, and it's our fault that they're not even, like, I don't think they're a native species, so they're kind of invasive, and we put them there and let them do that, and then it affects other species. So, it's a tough situation.
I don't like it.
Okay, you ready for my next one?
Yes.
This one's kind of weird. I'm going back to the first one, my first story.
Okay. Cool.
Bizarre, eyeless creature with dolphin-like head washes up on beach in Mexico.
Ew.
The discovery took place on the beach at Destileres on Mexico's Pacific coast. Shocked locals discovered the creature, which they believed may have come from the depths of the ocean.
Okay, the ocean freaks me the fuck out, dude.
It's literally like a planet.
I don't do water. I hate it. Okay, continue.
It's like alien life forms down there. So, this animal doesn't have any eyes. It's an odd creature with a dolphin-like head, sharp fanged teeth, and a long snake tail. They found it on the beach in Mexico, but no one has been able to identify it. According to local reports, it doesn't have any eyes, so some people think it came from, like, deep in the Pacific Ocean where no light gets to and eyes are not necessary. But they don't know how it got washed up from the depths. According to local media, the animal was photographed after it had already been found by people walking on the beach, who initially thought it was a dead dolphin. It was only when they got closer they realized it was something entirely different. None of the fishermen interviewed could remember seeing anything like it. However, they mentioned that in Puerto Vallarta, there's a marine area that is more than 1,000 meters deep. They speculated this could have been the strange creature's home. There was no reports in the media suggesting that it was fake either, so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it literally just looks like a dolphin with no fins and no eyes. It's
got like a
creepy
eel tail. Ugh, I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, an eel tail. Mm-hmm. Just like a worm with sharp-ass fucking teeth. Look at those fucking teeth.
Ugh.
Ew.
I don't like it.
Thanks. I hate it.
Cursed. This image is cursed.
My next story is so fucking ridiculous. It kind of peeved me a little bit. I'm like, you spoiled little lady. Okay, so it's a 36-year-old woman arrested for calling 911 after parents shut off her cell phone.
Oh, God.
Yup. A 36-year-old Ohio woman was arrested last week when she repeatedly called 911 to complain that her parents had cut off her cell phone service. You're 36 years old. 36, alright? I have been sneaking a cell phone, like, monthly from my parents when I was, like, I don't know, 15? Remember those, like, pay-as-you-go phones?
Uh-huh. You were, like, scrounging up money to pay for it on your own?
Mm-hmm. It was, like, the $50 for unlimited, like, everything. Yeah, we would, like, scrounge up money. Anyways, 36-year-old Ohio woman was arrested last week after she repeatedly called 911 to complain that her parents had cut off her cell phone service.
Oh my God.
Officials in Stark County arrested Saloni Catarpel?
Sure.
Saloni Catarpel of Jackson Township on February 13th after she called the Regional Emergency Dispatch Center demanding that police come to her house, according to the local news station. Authorities didn't note what phone she used to make the calls, but dispatchers told her to call 911 only if there's an actual problem.
Mm-hmm.
However, she reportedly called back 2 hours later, insisting that she felt the lack of a working phone was a legitimate police matter. Court documents obtained by the Smoking Gun say she was belligerent during her phone calls to the point that the officers decided to arrest her on the charges of disrupting public services, a 4th-degree felony.
God damn.
So she was, like, flipping the fuck out. She appeared in court on Friday, when this was posted, and was released after posting a $2,500 bond, and her next scheduled court date was February 27th. The Smoking Gun noted that she is a licensed realtor, and that authorities have not said why her parents shut off her phone service in the first place. And then there's her mugshot.
So she makes money.
Pissed.
I don't get it. Oh, what a bitch.
It's like, I'm sorry, you can't pull a Karen on dispatchers. Like, they literally deal with life and death situations, you crazy bitch.
That's insane. I don't... Okay, then. Whatever. Alright. Back to me. This is a good one. I don't know if you heard of this or not, but it's pretty freaking hilarious. Sea lion found off the beaten path in Washington wilderness returned to the water.
Oh.
And you see a little picture of him hanging out on the road in the woods.
He's just like, sup.
Yeah. A sea lion found itself a long way from the water and in need of some assistance. Cowlitz County Sheriff deputies responded to a report on Sunday that the nearly 600-pound seafaring mammal was in the road outside of Castle Rock, Washington, which is only like 20 minutes away from where I live.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Deputies told ABC News that they believe the sea lion reached the area after it traveled up a nearby creek from the mouth of the Cowlitz River. So you've seen this area. Like, we've been in Castle Rock and you've seen the Cowlitz River.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Cowlitz County Sheriff's deputies responded to the area of Garlock Road outside of Castle Rock for a report. In addition to the sheriff deputies, the Humane Society and the county public works staff arrived on the scene and waited until the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife was able to respond with a trailer and staff to capture and relocate the sea lion. They loaded him into the transport trailer and they got him back to where he needed to be.
Oh, he's so cute. There's like a water puppy.
Yeah. There's a video on the link, too, if you want to go watch them try to corral his stubborn little ass.
Oh my gosh, they're like giving a fight.
Yeah, they're like naughty sea puppies. With sharp teeth.
Oh my god, yes. Yep.
Did you see any of them when you were here?
No, I did not. But I was still amazed at the ports and the size of the fucking ships. Which was pretty big.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. Washington is like its whole different, like, world. It's crazy.
It is really cool.
So, my next one, this one was kind of posted last year around, excuse me, Halloween. It's a little long, but I'll try and make it fast. It is called 6 Ghosts to Make the Headlines in the Irish Examiner. Ireland is an island of ghost stories, and also, yes, side note, can you imagine how fucking haunted Ireland and the UK are in general? Like, there's pubs that are, like, hundreds of years old, like 300 years old, if not more. It's crazy.
Yeah. Spooky.
I would probably die if I, like, were to walk into one. I'd probably be like, oh, there's so many ghosts in here.
So much energy.
Yeah. But most of these stories will have been told many times before they were ever written down, and we can assume that they grew much in each telling. So these are just different, like, little ghost stories, and as they said, it's probably exaggerated, but they're based on true events. Okay. So for 5 weeks in 1853, the Cork police chased a ghost that was throwing stones at a house in the city. Officially, they were looking for a flesh and blood criminal, but given that the stone thrower appeared to be invisible and the victims lived in the cottage attached to the Quaker cemetery, rumors that a ghost was responsible spread very quickly. After the first night of a ghostly vandalism, on September 8th, hundreds began to gather at the cemetery each night in hopes of catching a glimpse of the ghost. But despite being surrounded by eager witnesses, the ghost managed to continue its nightly assaults unseen. The Royal Irish Constabulary?
Guess. Constabulary?
Oh. Constabulary's head Constable Crowley. That is a tongue twister. I also think of, like, how often I make myself sound like an idiot.
Very American. Sorry.
I know. I'm sorry. Uncultured. Okay, so Crowley was desperate to solve the mystery. He had uniformed officers on crowd control duty and plain-clothed officers mingling with the crowds. He was questioning everyone who lived in the area and was even using his own money to pay bribes. But despite these efforts, the invisible stone thrower continued its nightly antics. It would take until October 14th to catch the ghost, and though, according to the newspaper, the ghost resembled a, and I quote, dirty-looking Cinderella, it was very much alive. It was a 17-year-old girl called Catherine McCarthy, and she worked as a servant in the house that was being stoned. In July 1910, a poltergeist was tormenting 2 men sharing a room at a boarding house in Corthy Con Wexford.
Oh.
This is a different spooky, scary story. Each night, soon after the candle in the room was extinguished, a strange tapping sound would be heard. Then invisible hands would pull the quilts from the beds before shoving the men onto the floor. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that shit's powerful. If they can fucking rip that off, no thank you. On one occasion, as the two men cowered together on one bed, same, the vacant... me and Pinky. Fuck. The vacant bed was raised to the ceiling, flipped, and gently lowered onto the floor again.
Oh, God.
A local journalist volunteered to spend a night in the room.
Nope.
Shortly after retiring, the infamous tapping began, but it was soon drowned out by the cries of the journalist's companion. "The clothes are coming off of me! Good God, they are going off of me!" The journalist quickly lit a match and then watched in horror as something unseen pulled the quilt from the bed. Fuck that. But worse was to come. When the room was once again in darkness, the tapping resumed, and once more it was quickly followed by the cries of the journalist's companion. This time, the journalist found that his companion, wrapped in a sheet and quilt, had been lifted from the bed and lowered onto the floor.
Yeah, I'm done. No more of that.
That. He touched you, okay? Show us on the doll where the ghost touched you. Somehow they stayed into the room until 3 a.m.
Idiots.
This is the last one. Much like living, ghosts come in all shapes and sizes. But in 1908, an absolute giant was haunting a section of the Connemara railway line near the Cora Viaduct, Co-Galloway. Sure. On Saturday, November 14th, as two local men were taking a shortcut across the tracks, a 9-foot-tall ghost came towards them in the darkness.
Jesus.
Fuck that. Spooked, they ran home and told their friends. Some of these friends arrived at the site at midnight on Sunday and, armed with shotguns, a revolver, and some sticks, lay in ambush. When the ghost arrived, the man with the revolver immediately raised his gun to shoot, but some force stopped him from pulling the trigger. Then he lost all power in his arm, and as the gun fell from his hand, he lost consciousness. Eek.
Yikes.
What if it was like an alien? Oh my god, like hiding in plain sight?
A 9-foot-tall ghost. I'm still tripping on that. That's insane. That's big.
Yeah, it reminds me of that smiling man. I still think about that smiling man story that you read. Shit fucks me up, man.
Oh, the up against the glass?
Well, he's just like very happy. And
okay.
He, like, walks up the hill.
The guy that was dancing?
Yes, the dancing guy. Ugh, hate it. On Monday night, a group from Queen's College gathered at the site. One of them boasted that when the ghost appeared, he would step forward and talk to it. Of course, when the ghost arrived, the student became tongue-tied and rooted to the spot, which is a shame as it was the ghost's last appearance. Mm-hmm. So fuck them ghosts. Your turn, Pinky.
Yeah, that's no bueno for me. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
This is funny. This one is, neighbor steals skeleton over offensive gesture.
What? Is it real? What?
Oh god, look at this name of this place.
Hold on. Where? Oh, now you tough words.
Cunnilingus, New Mexico. Just kidding.
Is it really?
No.
Oh. Oh my god, my virgin ears, Pinky.
So, oh my god. This town in Mexico New Mexico. A New Mexico woman is facing a larceny charge after authorities say she stole a neighbor's anatomical skeleton model that allegedly was making an offensive gesture towards her.
Oh my god.
More Karens.
I know, seriously. That offends me.
Court documents filed Monday show that Diana Horgaby was charged with 1 count of larceny in connection with the skeleton heist, the Santa Fe, New Mexican reports. Horgaby of New Mexico told Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputies that she was offended by the way the skeleton's hand was posed with the middle finger pointed up. Horgaby...
Oh my god. Really? Jesus. You know what? Funny story, real fast. I used to have a beanie, and it said fuck. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I
and,
still
like,
have my
stud
cunt
lettering.
one.
So I was wearing this, and it was middle of the day, like midday, like whatever, back when I worked at Sprouts. And this guy, like, bum rushed me, and I was terrified because, yikes, I'm terrified of everything in general. And then he asked me, he's like, "You must be a school teacher." And I was like, "What?" Like, please don't murder me. And he's like, "With that beanie, you must be a school teacher." And I just, like, laughed in his face, and I said, "What the fuck? No." And then he just stomped off. "Yeah, I know you're not a school teacher."
What the fuck?
I think he was insinuating, like, little kids could read? I don't know, but I was very scared for my life.
That's crazy. Yeah, I still have my little, it says cunt, but the T is an upside down cross because edge life. I'm so edgy.
I've seen kids.
I don't wear it very much because I don't want to get accosted in public, and I'm not quite as bold as I was as a teenager.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, after that incident, it worked. I didn't wear it. Fucking asshole. But I wish I had it now.
Yeah, that was cute.
Mm-hmm. Oh well.
Anyway, this girl told the Santa Fe New Mexican that the episode was the culmination of a months-long feud between her and her neighbor, Joseph Downs, who she said had hassled her family and other nearby residents. "I just, had it," Horgaby said. "It was like the last straw that broke the camel's back, and I don't know what to do." The skeleton has not been located, authorities say. According to the deputy's statement of probable cause, the skeleton was a gift to Downs from a family member and was worth about $1,500.
Oof.
Yeah.
Damn. Oof.
Horgaby took it in the early morning hours of February 27th, the statement said. She told the deputy that the figure pose had offended and upset her. "It just put me to the boiling point," she said in an interview Tuesday. Downs, who has lived near her for less than a year, regularly harasses her 19-year-old daughter, and her husband and other neighbors and family members who live in the area, Horgaby said. He sets
I bet they do. Oh my god.
He sets off a propane cannon, typically used by farms to scare birds from their fields, he said, and plays loud music for all hours.
Why is it I could see your boyfriend doing that kind of shit?
Oh, he totally would. Like, people start freaking out, and he's just gonna get more and more obnoxious. The deputy's statement said Downs had video showing Horgaby entering his property and then walking back to her home with a white skeleton. Horgaby stated that she knew what she had done was wrong and admitted to having removed the skeleton. The statement says no phone number was listed for Downs.
So, like, what'd she do with it? Where'd it go?
I don't know.
What the fuck? She probably threw that shit away. Yeah. Oh, God.
Really? That's what it is? That's what bugs you the most, is the skeleton giving you the middle finger?
And he continuously harasses everybody in the neighborhood. I'm not crazy, okay? Like, Karen.
Let me speak to your manager.
Who hurt you?
I want to see her. Does she have the let me speak to your manager haircut?
I know. Oh my gosh, that'd be great. I wonder where was this? New Mexico? Oh my gosh. New Mexico, it's kind of like spread out anyways. How I imagine, though. I've only, like, drove through it, but Jesus Christ, people. It's not like Chandler.
I don't know.
Phoenix. I don't know. That's funny, though.
Yep, that's all I got.
Man, that was a good episode this round.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys aren't freaking out too much about the corona.
Yeah, I am. Thanks, Pinky.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. I'm gonna put on my gas mask and my tinfoil hat and make a trip to Walmart for some supplies.
Hell yeah. Make sure you pick up masks for your kitties and your puppy. Oh my gosh, how's your puppy doing?
He's good. He's a little terrorist.
He's growing. Yeah. Has he chewed up any shoes?
No, he stepped on my nipple this morning. Fucking hurt.
Ah! Ooh, yeah.
He like smushed it into the bed with his paw. I'm like, get off! Ow!
Fuck! Oh my god.
So, there's that fact you know now.
So, Ghosties, do what you will with that intimate detail about Pinky's dog mom life. We all have struggles that we go through.
Oh.
Anywho, well, we'll see you in about 2 weeks from now, Ghosties.
If we're all alive still.
Stop it. You're scaring them.
Don't scare the children.
Don't scare the ghosts.
Goodbye.
Bye. It's okay, Ghosties. I love you. That wraps up the Spooky Scary Show. If you've enjoyed this podcast, click that like or follow button. We are available on Spotify, iTunes, and all major podcast streaming services. Spooky Scary Show is an independent podcast with big dreams. So if you would like to show your support, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/Spooky Scary Show. Also, join in on the conversation. Follow us on Instagram at Spooky Scary Show for science and spooky facts. Scare you later.